and welcome back to the channel. I'm Country Boy, and today we're going to be putting on the Ritz. We're going to be playing with some monsters, universal monsters that is. And the first one on the docket today is Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster, if you will. He was always one of my favorites growing up. As a kid, I used to draw pictures of Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster all the time with the bolts in the neck, the flat top, the green skin. He was my favorite definitely as a kid. I grew to like other ones as I grew up, but Frankenstein was always a classic. Love this monster. And I can't wait to get into the packaging. So let's do that right now. And here we have the packaging for Frankenstein, the original horror show. The man who made a monster, Frankenstein. So this is just like the original poster that they would have had back in the day when Frankenstein would have come out to theaters. And it looks really cool. It's got cool colors. It's got just cool imagery, painted imagery. Yeah, I'm really liking the way this thing looks. It's very cool throwback to the classic movie, obviously. So that was the front. I'll show you the side. So there's an image of the figure itself, Frankenstein, monsters, NECA, real toys at the bottom there. At the back, there's a few more images of the toy itself. As you can see, I got the colored toy. It's got the greenish skin going on rather than the black and white. So there's the images from that people kind of recreated from the movie, and then there's another image of the figure itself and the same stuff on the bottom. And on the top here it says Frankenstein, warning, choking hazard for under 3 years old. So ages 17 and up, it says. So make sure you're of age before you play with this. And then on the bottom we got ourselves some credits there, the guys that are responsible for making this figure. Pretty cool. So one other thing these things do, the NECA figures, they like to open up. And there's another image of Frankenstein, and then there he is right there in the packaging. But my packaging seems to have been busted. Like the plastic in here, I don't know if you can catch it on camera very well, is kind of broken. I don't know what's going on. Like, was this like a sent back figure? I'm hoping that nothing's wrong with the figure itself. It's okay if the package is kind of busted. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that. But if the figure is damaged, I'm definitely going to be sending this back. It better not be. Okay. Well, anyways, I guess there's nothing left to do but to get into it and open the packaging. And here we have Frankenstein's monster out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I'm actually quite impressed with the detail on this thing. NECA always knocks it out of the park with their detail, but I mean, I've seen videos of him and he looked good, but in person, my goodness, he really looks like the monster that I know and love. And yeah, the detail is just phenomenal. But before I get to the actual figure itself, I'll go to some of the accessories. And starting with the hands, I guess I'll do. Here's kind of your reaching out hands, you could say. Kind of like the classic zombified kind of Frankenstein's monster look, if you wanted to do that, I guess. And then there's also a hand here for kind of holding. I think there's the flowers that it comes with, so that you could kind of put the flower in his hand there. Or I guess like that. Kind of like he's holding it with his fingers, the tips of his fingers. And then this one here, I'm not too sure if he's maybe like trying to touch something or touch somebody. That's what this delicate hand looks like it's for. And then obviously we have the flowers as well too. So there's the one single flower right here. Looks like a daisy. And then there's a double flower with 2 stems and 2 flower petal tops. I think that's from the movie with the little girl. I think he meets a little girl. I'm trying to remember the movie. I think I've seen it back when I was a child, but I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where he meets a little girl and she either gives him a flower or he gives her a flower or something like that. I can't quite remember. But he also comes with these chains. You gotta lock this bad boy up. He just misunderstood. He doesn't need chains. Come on, man. But these look pretty cool. They're actually like links. They have almost like a rusted feel to them as well too. Pretty good. Pretty sweet. Look at that color. Look at that detail. And then these heads. So you got this kind of smirking to the side there head. Look at the detail on that, eh? That is pretty freaking sweet. And like even the blood, like the gash in his forehead, it's got like a shininess to it. So it's like a fresh wound almost. Like the creases in his leg and in his legs, in his lip, in his mouth. Just phenomenal. Look at that. The hairs. That's so cool. That looks really good. And then there's the other hand here where he's, I don't know if he's laughing or if he's yelling. Or he's just maybe waking up. I'm not too sure. That's a different look that he has as well. But just look at the folds in the mouth and the hand and I can't talk. In his cheek. And the little teeth details. What the heck? That is just crazy. For what you get and the price you pay, this is ridiculously amazing. So then I'll go and look at the figure itself. Looking pretty freaking awesome. My goodness, like look at the detail. It is amazing what NECA can do. I am so impressed with this guy. And yeah, he's got even good movement too. Like he's got good head movement. It's not too stiff. Thankfully, my packaging, yes, it was broken, but nothing seems to be damaged on my guy. Seems to be in good shape, which I am very happy about. And the feeling of the material is like a, it's, what would you say? It's almost like a rubbery leather. It's kind of what it feels like. I don't know what they make it out of, but it feels good. It feels like a solid material that shouldn't break or tear too easily. But we'll look at some of the articulation, I suppose. Here's him with his arm going all the way up there. That's about as far as his arm goes. And then we'll do the arm bending at the elbow. So you got about 90 degrees there. And you got the full arm rotation as well too. And look at the detail. Like look at the gashes. Like he's been pieced together, and you can tell that he's been pieced together. He just looks so freaking great. Man, I'm really impressed with this figure. And then also his knee bends about 90 degrees, maybe not quite. It gets about that far. And his feet, that is where the stiffness comes in NECA's I'm kind of used to that with NECA, the stiffness of the feet. So he doesn't have much movement right now, but maybe I just got to warm him up a bit. I'm a little worried to move him too much because I have had figures break in the past where I've moved it a little too fast, too much, and I shouldn't have. But yeah, oh man, he looks the part. I'm very happy with the way he looks. So I guess what I'll do next is I'll kind of compare him to another figure that I have that is in the same realm, but not quite a Universal Monsters. So stay tuned. So just the one comparison that I have today that I'm going to do is another Frankenstein figure from NECA. And no, it's not the black and white version. It is the Raphael crossed with Frankenstein's monster, which I have already done a video of. If you want, go ahead and check that out in one of my other videos from before. I really love this figure. And I love this figure probably equally. You can see the clear inspiration with the jacket, the high top boots, the bolt in the neck, the staples in the head. So obviously these figures are both done fantastically. I'm super happy with both of them. And yeah, I can't wait to open up more figures from this line and more figures from that line, which will be coming up in the next few days, few weeks. I guess you'll find out. I have to check out my channel to check out these figures. But for now, I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, go ahead and hit some comments, write some comments in there. And if you like what I do here, go ahead and check out my other channel with my friends, or we call Wasted Opinions, and we just do a bunch of random, just pop culture talking and movies and TV shows and video games, what have you, and the like. But for now, I've been Country Boy, and we'll see you later.